the longevity scene in Singapore is actually quite exciting. Um, we have the National University of Singapore Center for Healthy Longevity. We have the Academy of Healthy Longevity, I believe, right? We have longevity clinics sprouting up, including mine. I helped set up two so far. One is a high-end one. One is one that is that I have tried to combine with primary care. So different modes and things like that. There are many other doctors who are now interested in longevity, and of course, there are many forums and posts and things like that. Experts coming into Singapore. We just had that conference 2 days for 2 days.
Yep.
Yeah, I just finished yesterday in Sentosa, right?
Yeah, the Founders Forum.
The Founders Forum on longevity in Singapore, where all the experts in around the globe has came to Singapore and shared their ideas and spoke. Going back to what we said just now, that longevity is a global movement, right? I think that is exciting to think if Singapore can become one of those centers for this global movement. But there are other places in Southeast Asia that also does longevity, although not many people in Singapore know about it, right?
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to make a comment to your point as well,
Yeah.
that there's a really high awareness in Singapore about longevity, the research that's being done, the players and the organizations, associations you just mentioned as well, including the research. So that is exciting. We don't have that in Thailand to this extent. But what we do have in Thailand, and that's why many individuals actually do travel to us to access care or longevity medicine, is the ability for providers to provide certain treatments that are not available in other countries. And I think that is the global impact you also just described, that not only do we have global brand ambassadors and health ambassadors in the longevity space, but it also opens up awareness to global opportunities. So you may be from Singapore, you may know about a certain intervention, and you could actually access this. Granted, you got to step on the plane, but there are within reach for you, and that is exciting. And it becomes almost like an experience on its own to travel to gain extra biological years, or to improve your symptoms if you were to suffer from a chronic disease. But that is very exciting, and I think that is a very beautiful interlink between Singapore and, in this case, Thailand, where both strengths in both kind of territories kind of beautifully mix and support each other.
Yeah, so I agree. So people know me as a longevity practitioner. So patients come to me. I've got patients from Europe, around the region in Southeast Asia that come to Singapore, or have or call me or contact me for longevity advice and management. There are also other clinics or other partners from countries around the region that come to me and say, hey, Dr. Hisham, come and partner with me. And to me, one of the things is, one, your expertise, right? Do you have the expertise that you actually know what that you're talking about? Two, the facilities, right? And three, safety and efficacy, right? And those are my fundamental requirements if I will ever want to send my patients or my clients to have treatments or longevity management that I cannot provide in Singapore. And I think one of the places that I found is actually Thailand. And we connected, we share the same vision. And I've been to the clinics in Thailand, and and I think it's quite great that you can actually hop on a plane, 2 hours plus, go to Bangkok, and then get the treatments, and then come back and be followed up. And I must emphasize that actually, if you ever want to go to any place, you have to do your research and make sure that it's, one, legitimate, one, two, they know what they're talking about and do, okay? And three, it's safe, efficacious. Otherwise, you're just going to either have side effects or detrimental kind of like adverse events and and other things, and just burn your money, right?
Yeah, I think that is the downside of the longevity movement at the moment. There's so much information out there shared from people we don't truly know. We don't know what their biases are or what their relationships are. So for biohackers, for health enthusiasts, it's very hard to make sense of everything that's being put in front of them.
Yeah.
So that's why independent advice is more important than ever.
Yeah. So one of the things that I do, if a patient comes in, I always ask them, so who do you follow on social media? What's your philosophy? What do you think is longevity, and what have you done so far? Right? And a lot of it is actually trying to understand their thinking behind it, or what they think is true. And I agree, there are a lot of false information, half truths out there on the social media. People talking about this treatment, that treatment, kind of thing. And a lot of times it's part of the job of a longevity practitioner is actually dispelling those myths. I think it's still an exciting time to be in. Yeah.
Absolutely.